everyone. Well, yesterday I ended up visiting the high school that I went to with a couple friends of mine, which brought back, a lot of memories. It was a bit of a nostalgia trip, which was nice. I got to talk to some wonderful teachers I had, and it was a good time. Since I had that feeling of going back and fond memories and, again, nostalgia and stuff, I thought, well, maybe I should watch a movie that, brings me back a little bit, something that meant a lot to me. But then I said screw it, and I decided to watch Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, which was a terrible idea. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark stars Guy Pearce, Katie Holmes, and for us Once Upon a Time fans, young Snow White, and also for 5 or 10 minutes, King George, so that's kind of fun. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark is about a young girl who is sent to live with her dad and his girlfriend by her mom. Her parents are divorced. So that happens, and in the meantime, her dad and his girlfriend are living in this big house that they're renovating, they're fixing up, making it look nice so they can sell it. They work in architecture and all that stuff, and they're looking to get their careers back online, so this house is going to mean a lot to them. So the young girl's name is Sally. She's kind of not happy with the situation. She kind of roams around, and then she kind of meets these creatures, these ancient creatures that survive on the bones and teeth of children. And she thinks that they're gonna be her friends, but then they get really creepy, and she's like, oh, no, you're not nice. And then the only one who ends up believing her is Katie Holmes' character. Of course, her dad, Guy Pearce, thinks it's all in her head. But then finally, towards the end, he believes them, and they decide to leave the house. And it doesn't go well, because the creatures are like, nuh-uh. They turn out the lights. The whole thing is that they hate bright lights. So they turn out the lights, so everyone's basically fucked. Sally is armed with those old flashing cameras with the... So that happens, and they're trying to get Sally, and Katie Holmes shows up and saves Sally, but in the process, she gets taken by the creatures, and surprisingly, Guy Pearce doesn't die. You kind of think he will, because he's a dick, but he makes it. And then, there's sadness, but then Sally and her father reconcile and leave the house, and then a couple months later, they go back to the house, and the house is being foreclosed. She leaves a picture that she drew of her and Kim, and the picture but after they leave, the picture gets blown around, and somehow the creatures get it. And then you hear Katie Holmes' voice as she's talking to the creatures, so apparently she's alive, but they don't explain it at all. I don't know why. It's just completely out of the blue. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, they didn't set it up in any way for Katie Holmes to be a part of the whole plan. That's just not possible. So, I don't know if they, take her over or something gross. The ending was just dumb. The movie tries to be scary, but then you see the little tiny creatures come out, and I mean, the scariest parts of the movies are of the movies when you don't see the creatures. As soon as you see them, any hint of you being scared or freaked out is gone. You just, I mean, for me at least, I could not take it seriously at all. It was just, it sounded like Gollum too. So I was just, whirling around with that in my head. So that was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, and it was Guillermo del Toro, so I was looking forward to it. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth was so good, but that's because, the setting it fit. It was, the creatures that came out, it fit with the story. This, it didn't fit at all. It was weird, out of place. And the movie was hyped up to be really scary, to be super, super scary and terrifying. No, it is not at all. I mean, unless you're afraid of creatures like that, I don't know. I mean, some creature movies freak me out, but it was almost comical. I could not take it seriously whatsoever. And another funny tidbit, the film is supposed to take place in Rhode Island. Yes, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't filmed here. You don't see, the only thing you really see is the house. So it's supposed to take place in Rhode Island. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, besides that, it's shit. No, don't see it. It's not really worth it in any way. Probably give it a 1.5. Because, the directing was good. Script was And Guillermo del Toro wrote that with someone else. But it's disappointing. Super disappointing. Hopefully I'll watch a scary movie soon that will make me forget that I watched Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. By the time this video gets out, Supernatural will probably already have aired because it takes me forever to edit and upload. But expect a Supernatural video. It's gonna be nuts, guys. Good luck. I'm gonna go. I'm done talking about Don't Be Afraid of Dark. You should just be called Don't Be Afraid because the movie's not that scary. Anyway, I'm gonna go prepare myself for what's to come. Okay, I shall be back soon with more stuff and things. Okay, doodles!